guys, it's Miss Burghart. As some of you guys know, Mrs. Elam and I thought that it would be fun if I finished our book, Quinny and Hopper. So even though I'm at my house, Mrs. Elam was so nice and let me take the book with me. And so we're just gonna finish reading it. And I'll read a few chapters and then put them on YouTube and then you guys can watch them. So we are on chapter 12, and I know it's been a little bit. So the last time that we read, if you guys remember this picture, Quinny and Hopper had drawn pictures of each other and they were looking out the window. So hopefully they can be friends now since their first interaction wasn't so great. So let's start at chapter 12, which is from Hopper's perspective. Teaching a person how to juggle isn't easy, especially if that person is Quinny. I'm too shy to knock on her door, so Mom calls her to the house after breakfast. 30 seconds later, Quinny is standing right in front of me, smiling. She's not even out of breath. She's got a watermelon beret in her hair, but she smells like peaches. Hi, Hopper, she cries. Guess what? That chicken named Freya came clucking at our door again, but she ran off before I could talk to her. Plus, then, in my cup of milk at breakfast, I had the biggest bubble ever. I don't know what to say to that, so I turn and walk upstairs. Quinny follows me. I go into my room. She keeps following me. Quinny stares at my fish tank full of clownfish and crabs. She stares at my foot model full of bones. She stares at my eyeball, brain, and heart all lined up on the shelf next to my foot. Wow, Hopper, your brothers were right. You've got tons of body parts in here. I'm saving up for a whole skeleton. A real one? No, a plastic one, like the kind they use to train doctors in med school. Then Quinny notices my favorite book, Atlas of Human Anatomy by Frank H. Netter. She picks it up. Wow, it's so heavy. What's inside this thing? Please be careful with that. I tell her to be careful. The book is special. We open it. I turn the pages gently. I show Quinny what the inside of a person's head looks like. That's very, very extra, very beautiful, she says, and kind of weird. This is where you feel sad. I point to the limbic system deep inside the bones, and also where you feel happy. Well, I feel sad in my stomach, says Quinny, and I get happy in my nose, and in her teeth too, I think. So where is it? She asks. I don't understand this question. My picture? You know, the one you drew of my face last night, with the skin on? Oh, that. I look out the window this morning, and I slid it under my bed so Trevor and Ty wouldn't see it when they left for soccer practice. I pull it out. I show it to Quinny. I look so quiet, she says. Yeah, I made up that part. You're good at drawing teeth, she says. Thanks. You're good at having teeth. What I mean is I like Quinny's smile. But you can't just say that, especially not to a girl. My face feels hot. I decide to change the subject. I pull out my beanbags and toss them into a basic 3-ball cascade. Wow, Hopper, you're the best juggler in the world. I switch over to a cross-arm reverse cascade. Quinny gasps and laughs and grabs one of the beanbags from the air as I juggle. Can I try? She cries. Of course, but not with these. I pull down the beanbags and pull out 2 thin blue silk scarves instead. Scarves? Silk juggling scarves. They're lightweight so they float in the air and are easier for beginners to catch. Sounds boring. How about juggling knives? Quinny, just give it a try. Or fire sticks. I think the best way to learn is juggling with fire sticks, because then you would really pay attention. I hand Quinny the scarves, and I teach her how to juggle. I teach her and I teach her, but she doesn't exactly learn. She ties one of the scarves around her head like a pirate, and the other around her body like a genie. Quinny, pay attention. I'm starving, she says. Let's get a snack. We go downstairs to the kitchen, and I fix us some cheese and crackers. Quinny points to a photo album lying on the counter and cries, Look, there she is, Freya the chicken. She's looking at an old photo from my mom's birthday last year. I forgot that Freya came too. Who's that old man with her? Asks Quinny. That's Mr. McSorin. He used to live next door to us. He did? You mean in my house? No, in his house. You weren't there yet. Well, I can't believe how happy they look together. That chicken is practically glowing. Here's the picture so you guys can see. There's Mr. McSorin and there's Freya the chicken. I can tell Quinny wants to hear more about the chicken and Mr. McSorin, but it's a long story, and to be honest, I'd rather get back to juggling. We've still got a lot of work to do. Here, let's eat. I slide a plate over to Quinny. After some cheese and crackers and a lot more practice, Quinny finally learns how to juggle scarves. Sort of. Hopper, look, I'm juggling. I'm really juggling. Her technique is sloppy, but you've got to start somewhere. Thanks for teaching me how to juggle. Now I'll teach you something. Like what? Did you know that shampoo has the word poo in it? I stare at Quinny. Everybody knows that. What about, do you know how to whistle for a taxi? I shake my head. Quinny pulls me downstairs and outside, right in front of my house, she sticks her 2 fingers into her mouth like she's biting down on her 2 fingers. She whistles so loud it shocks me into standing up straight. When I try it, all I get is soggy fingers. Maybe some of you guys can do the finger whistle. I can't do it, but maybe some of you guys can. Quinny whistles and whistles. The street is empty as usual. Oh well, she shrugs. It worked in the city. But a car finally turns around the corner, only it's not a taxi. Something worse. Much, much worse. Run! I grab Quinny's hand and pull her away from the street.